Welcome to our channel, your ultimate destination for heartfelt and gripping stories from WWE. In today's video, we'll be talking about the heartbreaking losses of legendary wrestlers who left us far too soon. We'll delve into the causes of their untimely passings, from health complications to shocking and tragic events, and how these losses impacted fans and the WWE Universe. But that's not all. We also have some very sad news about Sasha Banks. Stay tuned till the end, and don't forget to like and share and subscribe. Scott Hall, born on October 20th, 1958, was a pioneering professional wrestler whose influence on the industry remains profound. Hall is most widely recognized for his magnetic personality and his groundbreaking role in reshaping the landscape of professional wrestling in the 1990s. He first rose to prominence in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, where he introduced his iconic character, Razor Ramon. With his suave, Cuban-inspired persona, complete with slick-back hair and an arrogant, smooth-talking demeanor, Hall quickly became one of the company's biggest stars. Razor Ramon's charisma, combined with Hall's impressive in-ring skills, led to multiple Intercontinental Championship wins, solidifying his place among the top talent in WWF at the time. His reigns as champion helped elevate the title's prestige and established him as a fan favorite during the golden era of wrestling. In 1996, Hall made a dramatic move to World Championship Wrestling, WCW, where he would go on to make history. His defection, alongside his close friend Kevin Nash, marked the beginning of one of the most revolutionary periods in wrestling history. Together with Hulk Hogan, Hall formed the New World Order, NWO, a faction that completely changed the course of professional wrestling. The NWO's anti-establishment attitude and charismatic personalities took WCW to new heights, setting the stage for the infamous Monday Night Wars between WCW and WWF. Hall's involvement in the NWO storyline played a crucial role in WCW's rise, as the faction became an integral part of the company's success. Sadly, on March 14, 2022, Hall passed away at the age of 63 due to complications following hip surgery, which led to multiple heart attacks. His death deeply impacted the wrestling community, where he was cherished not only for his contributions as a performer, but also for his mentorship and guidance to younger talent. Paul Bearer, born William Alvin Moody on April 10, 1954 in Mobile, Alabama, was undeniably one of the most influential managers in the history of professional wrestling. Renowned for his iconic role as the manager of The Undertaker, Bearer's character became a symbol of mystery and malevolence, thanks in large part to his distinctive high-pitched voice and eerie, sinister persona. A key element of his character was the urn he carried, which was purported to contain the souls of The Undertaker's victims, adding a supernatural dimension to the duo's already compelling storylines. Bearer's involvement in WWE during the 1990s was instrumental in shaping some of the most memorable and groundbreaking narratives in wrestling history. Moody's career in wrestling began in an entirely different capacity as a referee before he transitioned to the role of a manager, a decision that would define his legacy in the industry. His significant breakthrough came in 1990 when he began managing The Undertaker, a newcomer to WWE at the time. The pairing of the ominous, funeral-themed Bearer with The Undertaker, a character styled as an undead mortician, was a brilliant creative choice, propelling both to prominence. Bearer's skillful use of his voice, expressive facial gestures, and ability to deliver haunting promos helped elevate The Undertaker's mystique, turning him into one of the most iconic figures in wrestling. Over time, the two formed one of the most successful partnerships in wrestling history, with Bearer later also managing Kane, The Undertaker's storyline brother. Despite facing personal challenges, including struggles with his weight and health, Paul Bearer's legacy endured beyond his passing. On March 5, 2013, Bearer tragically passed away from a heart attack at the age of 58. His death was met with an outpouring of tributes from fans and colleagues alike, underscoring the profound impact he had on the wrestling world. Paul Bearer's influence remains deeply felt, as he is remembered not only for his unforgettable character, but also for his critical role in shaping the dramatic, larger-than-life spectacle of professional wrestling. Antonio Inoki, born Kanji Inoki on February 20th, 1943, in Yokohama, Japan, is widely regarded as one of the most influential figures in the history of professional wrestling. His career, which spanned both wrestling and politics, left a lasting impact on global combat sports. Inoki founded New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW, in 1972, a promotion that not only revolutionized the wrestling scene in Japan, but also helped shape the industry worldwide. His unique fusion of traditional wrestling with martial arts techniques led to the development of the strong style of wrestling, which is characterized by hard-hitting, realistic moves and an emphasis on athleticism and toughness. Inoki's influence reached beyond Japan, particularly through his legendary match with Muhammad Ali in 1976. This match, which blended professional wrestling and boxing, remains one of the most discussed events in combat sports history. While the event was controversial, it highlighted Inoki's vision of integrating different fighting disciplines and cemented his global fame. In addition to his wrestling career, Inoki's accomplishments included multiple reigns as NJPW Heavyweight Champion, further solidifying his legacy within the sport. Inoki also made significant strides in politics, serving as a member of Japan's House of Councilors from 1989 to 1995. During his time in office, he advocated for peace and diplomacy, further enhancing his influence beyond the wrestling ring. His legacy as both a wrestler and politician garnered him respect from fans, athletes, and politicians alike. Antonio Inoki passed away on October 1st, 2022, at the age of 79. His death marked the end of an era in professional wrestling, but his contributions to the sport, his pioneering spirit, and his impact on future generations of wrestlers continue to resonate. His vision lives on through NJPW and the enduring influence he had on the global wrestling community. Edward Fatu, known professionally as Umaga, was a Samoan-American professional wrestler born on March 28, 1973, in San Francisco, California. He was a member of the renowned Anoa'i family, which has produced numerous prominent figures in the wrestling world, including The Rock, Roman Reigns, and Yokozuna. Fatu was trained in wrestling by his father, Solofa Fatu Sr., and his uncle, Afa Anoa'i, both of whom were integral figures in the wrestling business. Fatu's career in WWE began under the ring name Jamal as part of the tag team 3-Minute Warning. However, in 2006, he reinvented himself as Umaga, a ruthless and destructive character that would become his most memorable persona. As Umaga, Fatu portrayed a wild, unstoppable monster who used brutal tactics in the ring. His signature move, the Samoan Spike, involved a devastating thumb thrust to the throat, which quickly became synonymous with his character. His menacing presence and physical style made him one of WWE's most feared villains, or heels. Umaga achieved significant success, winning the WWE Intercontinental Championship twice and engaging in high-profile feuds with stars like John Cena, Bobby Lashley, and Triple H. One of his most notable rivalries was with Cena, culminating in a last-man-standing match at New Year's Revolution 2007, where Cena defeated Umaga. Umaga's life was tragically cut short when he passed away on December 4, 2009, at the age of 36 from a heart attack caused by combined drug intoxication. His death was a tragic reminder of the dangers of substance abuse in professional wrestling. Despite his early passing, Umaga's legacy continues to influence the wrestling world. He is remembered for his unforgettable character and the impact he had on WWE's presentation of villains, as well as for highlighting the importance of mental health and substance abuse awareness in the sport. Jon Huber, born on December 16, 1979, in Rochester, New York, was a gifted professional wrestler who gained widespread recognition under the ring name Luke Harper during his time with World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. Before joining WWE in 2012, Huber honed his craft on the independent circuit, where his unique combination of power and agility quickly set him apart. His early career included stints with notable promotions such as Chikara and Ring of Honor, where he began to establish himself as a compelling talent. However, it was in WWE that Huber truly reached his full potential, becoming one of the most versatile and respected performers in the industry. Huber's most memorable contributions came as a member of the Wyatt family, a dark, cult-like faction led by Bray Wyatt. As Harper, Huber's portrayal of the wild and intimidating enforcer brought a unique level of intensity to the group, and together, they became one of the most captivating acts in modern wrestling. His work with the Wyatt family solidified his place as a feared and respected figure in the WWE Universe. Additionally, Huber enjoyed success as one half of the Bludgeon Brothers, alongside Eric Rowan, winning the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship. This partnership showcased Harper's remarkable adaptability, further proving his range as a wrestler. Known for his hard-hitting style, athleticism despite his imposing size, and magnetic presence, Huber's contributions to wrestling were undeniable. Tragically, Jon Huber passed away on December 26, 2020, at the age of 41, just days after his diagnosis was publicly revealed. His untimely death shocked the wrestling world and left fans, colleagues, and loved ones heartbroken. Huber was not only admired for his immense talent, but also for his kindness, professionalism, and the integrity with which he approached both his wrestling career and personal life. Mercedes Moné, known to millions of wrestling fans around the world as Sasha Banks, has made an indelible mark on professional wrestling. With her exceptional talent, magnetic personality, and unwavering dedication, she has not only reshaped the landscape of women's wrestling, but has also become a source of inspiration for aspiring athletes. Her journey, however, has not been without its trials. In 2023, a devastating injury sidelined her and forced her to confront some of the most difficult challenges of her career. This narrative delves into her path through adversity, the emotional and physical toll of recovery, and the broader implications of her experience on mental health awareness in the wrestling industry. A glorious career before adversity. Born on January 26, 1992, in Fairfield, California, Mercedes began her journey into the world of professional wrestling at a young age. Raised in a family where sports and entertainment were valued, she quickly discovered a passion for the art of wrestling. Mercedes trained at various independent wrestling schools, initially working on the indie circuit and making a name for herself through hard work and determination. Her breakthrough came in 2012 when she signed with WWE, adopting the ring name Sasha Banks. She quickly became known for her exceptional in-ring abilities, fiery passion, and undeniable charisma. Throughout her WWE tenure, Banks garnered attention for her groundbreaking contributions to the women's revolution, a movement that sought to give female wrestlers equal billing and recognition. Her intense and high-stakes matches, particularly her rivalries with Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Bayley, became legendary, and she captured multiple championships, including the Raw Women's Championship. Her time in WWE saw Banks become a symbol of empowerment for women, particularly young girls who admired her as a role model and inspiration. With her signature moves, like the Banks Statement submission and her fierce attitude, she gained recognition for her ability to both entertain and push the boundaries of women's wrestling. Yet, despite her success, an unexpected turn of events would soon test her character and resolve. The incident, a devastating injury. On May 21, 2023, during her match at NJPW Resurgence, Mercedes suffered a heartbreaking injury. What was supposed to be a high-profile encounter quickly became one of the most difficult moments of her career. Mercedes broke her ankle during the match, a devastating blow that immediately sent shockwaves throughout the wrestling community. Despite the extreme pain, Mercedes' commitment to the craft shone through. She finished the match, continuing to perform even as the injury worsened. Her decision to complete the bout was not only a testament to her professionalism, but also to the mental toughness that all professional wrestlers must possess. It wasn't until after the match that the true extent of the injury became clear. Mercedes was quickly transported to the hospital, where medical professionals confirmed that her ankle was severely damaged. The severity of the injury meant that Mercedes would face a long road to recovery, one that would demand both physical and emotional resilience. What seemed to be a temporary setback would prove to be a defining moment in her career, forcing her to face new obstacles in a sport where physicality is central. The recovery process. Physical and emotional challenges. In the aftermath of her injury, Mercedes shared her recovery journey with her fans through social media. Acknowledging both the physical pain and the emotional toll of the injury, she posted a photo of her injured ankle, which was in a cast. In the post, she discussed the challenges she was facing, not just physically, but mentally as well. The process of recovery for a professional wrestler is grueling and multifaceted. While the physical aspect of healing, such as regaining strength and mobility, requires intense focus and discipline, the emotional and psychological toll of being sidelined can be just as challenging. For athletes like Mercedes, whose identity is so closely tied to their performance, the abrupt change in lifestyle can cause frustration, sadness, and a deep sense of loss. Professional wrestlers thrive on the adrenaline of performing in front of their fans and the competitive spirit that drives them. When sidelined, this rush is replaced with uncertainty and doubt. The days spent in rehabilitation can lead to moments of anxiety and depression, as athletes often question their future in the industry. For Mercedes, the frustration of not being able to perform weighed heavily, as she was unable to be the version of herself that had made such an impact in the ring. Health rumors and speculations. In the aftermath of her injury, rumors began to swirl regarding the severity of Mercedes' condition, both physically and mentally. Fans and media outlets speculated on the long-term implications of her broken ankle, with some questioning if the injury would mark the end of her wrestling career. There were also discussions about her mental health, given her openness about struggling with anxiety and stress in the past. Rumors and speculation can take a significant toll on public figures, particularly in an industry like wrestling, where fans are incredibly passionate and invested in the personal lives of their favorite performers. However, Mercedes handled the scrutiny with grace and transparency. She reassured her followers that she was receiving the necessary medical treatment and actively working on her mental health. Her willingness to address these rumors directly helped to alleviate some of the concerns her fans had, but it also highlighted the broader issue of health and mental well-being in professional wrestling. The emotional toll of injury. The emotional toll of a significant injury in professional wrestling can be profound. Athletes often define themselves by their ability to compete, and when that is taken away, it can lead to feelings of inadequacy, depression, and anxiety. Mercedes' recovery process highlighted how crucial mental health is for athletes and the importance of not neglecting psychological well-being. For Mercedes, the uncertainty surrounding her recovery timeline brought about significant anxiety. There were times when she wondered if she would ever return to the ring as the same wrestler she once was. The emotional strain was compounded by the pressure to recover quickly, as the wrestling industry can be unforgiving to those who take time off due to injury. Social media became a vital tool for Mercedes to connect with her fans and express her feelings. Through her candid updates, she allowed fans to understand the human side of recovery, showing vulnerability and encouraging others to be open about their struggles. Her honesty about the emotional difficulties she faced during this period was not just therapeutic for her, but also helped to destigmatize mental health issues within the wrestling community. The role of community support. Throughout her recovery, Mercedes received an outpouring of support from both fans and fellow wrestlers. The wrestling community, known for its close-knit relationships, rallied around her in her time of need. Messages of encouragement flooded social media, with fans sharing their favorite memories of her in the ring and offering words of hope for her recovery. The support from fellow wrestlers was equally invaluable. Many of her peers shared their own experiences with injuries, offering advice, empathy, and solidarity. This sense of camaraderie is essential for athletes who often feel isolated during times of recovery. For Mercedes, knowing that her colleagues understood the difficulties of injury and were there to support her helped ease some of the emotional burden. Mental health awareness in wrestling. Mercedes' experience has drawn attention to the growing need for mental health awareness within professional wrestling. Injuries, long hours, and the pressure to perform at a high level can lead to significant mental and emotional challenges. Yet, the culture in many parts of the wrestling world has historically placed more emphasis on toughness than on mental well-being. In recent years, however, there has been a growing recognition of the importance of mental health in athletics. More organizations are beginning to implement mental health resources for their athletes, and the wrestling industry is slowly but surely evolving in this regard. Mercedes has used her platform to advocate for mental health awareness, encouraging others to seek help if they are struggling. By sharing her own journey and openly discussing her challenges, Mercedes is helping to reduce the stigma around mental health in wrestling and sports in general. Her message is clear: seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but a step towards healing and strength. Optimism for the future. Despite the challenges that Mercedes has faced, she remains optimistic about her recovery and her future in wrestling. She has emphasized time and again that she is determined to return to the ring stronger than ever. Her journey of recovery has been a testament to her unwavering resolve and resilience. As fans continue to support her, there is a palpable sense of anticipation regarding her eventual return. Her comeback will undoubtedly involve rigorous training and rehabilitation, but given her positive outlook, it's clear that Mercedes is ready to take on whatever challenges lie ahead. The wrestling world eagerly awaits her return, speculating on new rivalries and storylines that will elevate her comeback. The broader implications for wrestling Mercedes' journey has brought attention to critical issues within professional wrestling, particularly regarding the importance of athlete health and mental well-being. Her experience shows that the physical demands of the sport come with significant emotional and mental challenges, and it is crucial for the industry to continue evolving to support the well-being of its performers. As more wrestlers share their personal stories of recovery and mental health struggles, there is hope that the culture of professional wrestling will become more compassionate and supportive. This shift will create a healthier environment where athletes are encouraged to prioritize their health and well-being without the fear of being replaced or overlooked. The importance of self-care. Mercedes's experience underscores the importance of self-care for athletes. The pressures of the wrestling industry can be overwhelming, and it is essential for athletes to take time for their mental and emotional health. This means seeking therapy, taking breaks when needed, and leaning on loved ones for support. For Mercedes, self-care has been an integral part of her recovery. Whether it's engaging in creative activities outside of wrestling or spending quality time with her family and friends, she understands that nurturing her mental health is just as important as rebuilding her physical strength. A legacy of empowerment. Mercedes Moné's journey is far from over. Through her resilience, vulnerability, and advocacy for mental health, she has left an indelible mark not just on wrestling, but on the broader conversation surrounding athlete health and wellness. As she continues to recover and ultimately returns to the ring, Mercedes will undoubtedly inspire countless individuals to face their own challenges with courage and determination. Her story is a reminder that setbacks are not the end, but rather an opportunity to come back stronger and more empowered than ever before.